Hello and welcome to my first review for my channel. This review is going to be on a game called Killing Floor, which is a co-op survival horror which was developed and made by a company called Tripwire Interactive, which was released on the 14th of May 2009. It is a first-person shooter and it uses the heavily modified Unreal Engine 2.5. The story of this game isn't very different from most games and films and everything of the genre, because it's based around a company, a biotechnology company called Horizon Biotech, which is contracted by the British military to conduct experiments which involve mass cloning and genetic manipulation. But as you can guess, something happens to go wrong, like it always does. And these specimens eventually get out after being horribly mutated, disfigured into mindless beasts and become very hostile. They eventually overrun the internal security forces of the corporation, and after a few hours, they eventually get out to the surface and start slaughtering everyone. And the outbreak is so strong and it grows so rapidly, the British government begins to organise the small pockets of surviving British Army soldiers and special officers and everything like that into little squads to help strike back at the specimens, aka zombies, that now run around through London in England, because this game is based in the UK. And you play as an anonymous member, as you always seem to be anonymous mostly, of one of these teams, as they basically partake in a variety of missions in and around the city of London. This game consists of a single player mode and multiplayer mode, which are basically the same, except you play with friends all about. And you basically fight waves and waves of specimens, or zombies in other terms. And as you increase the waves very slowly, the amount and strength of the specimens become more and more difficult, until you eventually hit the final wave where you have clash with a boss specimen called the Patriarch, which is a giant zombie with machine gun arms and rocket launchers and stealth and all that, and it takes a long time to kill, so if you get that far, don't expect an easy fight. Also, you earn currency in the game in the form of British pound sterlings. You use this money to purchase new weapons, ammo, armour, everything like that, and you get it from completing waves, killing zombies, selling old gear, and also teammates can drop money in case you're short for that lovely new shotgun that you really want. Also, there's a feature called Z Time, which is basically slow motion, so if you pull off a particularly gory kill, such as a nasty looking shotgun shell to the face of a zombie, it will go in slow motion. You see all the blood in its glory, I guess. It's not just because it's not good just because it helps your kills look more awesome. It's because you can help line up a second headshot, which is really good as well. So if you're getting a bit swarmed, you can quickly, if you've got like a shotgun or something, you can quickly set up a second kill, which is quite nice. And also it does possess tactical elements, but it's not very strong, in the form of welding doors. So you help stem the flow of the mobs, but eventually they do get through if too many people are hacking at the door, which I happen to be on the receiving end of experiencing. The door just blew up and poured through like tons of zombies, and I just got slaughtered. It was good fun, it was funny. But yeah, so the tactical element is not that strong, but it's a lot better than a lot of games, which is quite good as well. This game does contain a perk system, which is very similar to other games, in the sense that you have standard perks like the perk that focuses on machine guns and shotguns and rifles and demolitions and the medic and everything like that. But the good thing about these perks is that if you play as a commando which focuses on machine guns and you get headshots, those headshots go towards leveling up sharpshooter. So if you want to level up more than one perk, you don't literally have to stay fixed as that perk. which is really nice because each perk isn't so much of a grind to level, which is pretty good. The perks also are Commando, Berserker, Firebug, Sharpshooter, Support Specialist, Demolitions, and Medic. Which, what is that probably, or you probably can't guess what are. The Support Specialists, which focuses on shotguns and they have better welding of doors, and Firebug, which focuses on fire damage and has a fire resistance. So, which is pretty good, I guess. Also, the perks do increase in effectiveness quite well. Like, say if you're playing as Commando again, the Commando specialises in automatic rifles like machine guns, and also has the ability to detect invisible enemies. And as the perk levels up, you can see enemies from farther away. You can reload faster, and across the board, I think weapons become cheaper. So if you play as a support specialist, shotguns become cheaper over time, which is a pretty good feature as well. I would personally give this game an 8.5 out of 10, simply because the graphics are good, the gameplay is very good, the perk system is much more in depth than most other games of this genre, and also the tactical element of welding and holding up fixated places is also pretty nice, I would say. But I won't give it anything higher than 8.5 simply because of, like most games of this genre, the lack of single player, it really annoys me, because they could at least implement something, because they always give these games like a really interesting storyline and background where you would like to actually partake in it. Like, there's also the storyline of this game is like the zombies break out from the labs and get on the surface, but I'd really love to play as like a guard on duty when the breakout happens, and then maybe like a few levels after you take over one of the very first British soldiers to get in there and get in the thick of it, and then eventually as the game goes on you get put in the shoes or stay as that initial soldier and start running around in your little team squad and see all the devastation they've caused. But why they never seem to do this sort of thing, I don't know. But yep, it's a good game, so an 8.5 out of 10 from me.